you should never strive to make anyone happy within life except yourself. You know, you can't please everyone in your life. You can't please the people that you love. You can't be there for everyone that you love all the time, but you can always be there for yourself. You can always support yourself. You can always prioritize yourself and put yourself first. And this video is just for you to really just understand that this is your life to live, and the decisions that you make have to be for your highest good. It has to be for what you want to achieve within life, for what you see within the visions for yourself within life, and not a limited vision. You know, you got to love yourself through everything, and don't try to do things just to please another person, because when you're trying to please another person, you're just depleting your soul of its true essence. So you got to understand that this is your life to live. Just keep living for yourself. You know, I feel it's as if like we feel sort of burdened with the task to make everyone in our lives happy except ourselves. We can be giving so much of ourselves to others, and they don't receive it in the ways that we want them to receive it, so it can lead to us being depleted and lead to us being drained. You know, it does nothing for us but just puts us in a lower state of mind, puts us in a lower state of expression, where we feel like we need to validate ourselves for other people, where we feel like we can only be validated by everyone else but ourselves, when validation comes from your internal state of mind. It comes from who you are internally. It comes from who you allow yourself to be and who you express yourself to be. Allowing yourself to be something and expressing yourself is two different things. You can allow yourself to be something, but if you don't express it for everyone else to experience it and for you to experience it yourself, you're just dishonoring yourself. You know, you are leading yourself into self-abandonment because you are not putting yourself out there for who you truly are. You are not expressing the wholeness of who you are. You are just accepting one side of yourself but not showing it to everyone else, and this is going to be a disservice to you, because you have to allow other people to experience you. You know, don't care what other people have to say about you. Just express yourself for who you care for yourself to be, for who you allow yourself to be. You know, don't put yourself into restrictions where you feel like you can only show up in one way that isn't authentic to the true nature of yourself. You gotta understand that every single way that you are within your life, you should be able to express it unconditionally and unapologetically. Being yourself will come with people who try to change you, with people who try to fit you into the mold that they made of you and the past versions they have left you as, but it will never be the wholeness of who you are. Being yourself will cause people to break down and show their true colors. It'll show the reflections of their limited mindsets, their abandonment issues, their healing, and the unhealed childhood trauma that they have went through. You know, you can see it with different circumstances and different situations. If you're having a talk with family and you are not meant to be like everyone else in your family, you know, you are meant to stick out, you are meant to break generational traumas, generational curses, and you chose that family for a reason. You chose that family because it allowed you to be who you are, to learn all the experiences that you need to learn. So don't hold this sort of resentment for your family just because they may not understand your path, or for your friends just because they may not understand your path, because you have actively chosen everyone to be in your family, and just because they don't understand, it's not meant for them to understand. You don't have to explain yourself every time for someone else to understand, because that's just going to leave you feeling like you just wasted time, like you just wasted your energy on something that they will not get for the rest of their lives. But only when they see the results in the physical, that's when they'll start to see that you were really working on yourself, you know, and the internal really does make an external change. I feel it's as if we sort of make that the physical is the whole identity of life. You know, if you're not working, if you're not doing something that your family seems fit, if you're not doing something that is traditional within this world, you will be looked at and ostracized in ways that you couldn't even imagine. And this is not you putting yourself in a victim mindset, it's just the truth of the matter. You know, you will always be looked at different if you're going on a different path, but this is your path to walk. You know, the journey might be lonely, the journey might be scary, you know, it may be feeling tough at times, but this is your journey to walk, and this is truly the greatest journey that you could possibly be a part of, the best possible journey that you have chosen for yourself. You didn't choose to live a safe life, you came here to live for every ounce and every existence of yourself. You came here to express yourself, so keep doing that. You know, don't hold yourself back from being who you are, and don't try to fit a mold of the past creations people have created you as, or they have turned you into, because you are not any versions of yourself except the version of yourself right now. You got to release those versions of yourself with love, because that is not you anymore. You know, that may have fit a timeline where you were once that person, but you are not that person anymore. You are much more bigger than that. You have evolved into a much more greater state of being and a much more remembrance of yourself. So that doesn't apply to you anymore. You don't have to fit into society expectations or expectations from anyone else of how you should be, because you are always exactly where you need to be. You know, I feel like people say that age is the ultimate bringer of experience, but no, it's all about your mindset and how you approach these experiences within your life. If you are able to learn from an experience without experiencing it, that's how you know that you are a true master. You are a true divine leader, a true divine wisdom bringer, because you were able to learn from an experience that you didn't necessarily experience yourself, but you were linked to, and you can see in ways that you can avoid it from being detrimental to yourself. You can avoid from being essentially hurt from it because it's not your path. It's not a part of your experience. You chose a different life, so you don't have to go through every experience that other people have went through. But I'm just making this video to say that this is your life to live, and you don't have to live for anyone else but yourself. This is your life, and you gotta value yourself, value your life, and value who you came here to be, because who you came here to be is a very special person. And as long as you acknowledge that, that is more than enough. As long as you have yourself supporting you, that is more than enough, because you are your greatest supporter. You are your greatest partner, and you will always be here for yourself. And what other people can't see behind the scenes, you are actively experiencing. So understand that this is your life to live, and you are doing a great job within your life. Just love yourself, keep going, because this is your life, and you are actively making a great change within your life. Peace.